Hey everybody. I know this is a little odd. Let's see here. Oh, it's making me sign into my own chat. Can you believe that? Alright. It's making me go through this whole process. What the hell? Yes, it's me. Oh, me. Are we in there now? Can I see the chat? Modern technology, isn't it just great? Oh, man. Let's see here. Let's follow along. And, got it. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Nope, I want to see this. There we go. So I have my little tea steeping in my little tea cup here. I just thought, what the hey, get on here and do a little short stream, nothing big. And we're doing mango citron. Can you see that? Tea Forte's mango citron. It's a very flavorful tea. I put a little honey with it. Works out really good. Hey, Jacob. So I thought, why not? It's nice. It's a cool night, and it's a nice night to have a cup of tea. I'm not even British. Oh, how's Jacob doing today? Or tonight? How was your day so far? I'm assuming you're in the same time zone as me. This mug's pretty cool. I call it a mug. This teacup's got all this stuff on the top where it steeps the... This is loose leaf. So it doesn't come in a bag. I have to use this little steeping thing. And if I slowly pull that out, it has like a purple pinkish tone to it. And then that sits on the lid so I don't make a mess. Ta-da! You're British? Well, tell us about your favorite tea. There's no real topic. We're just kind of shooting the breeze. I'm glad you joined me. Or us, Jacob and I. I normally do morning podcasts with Coffee with Malcolm. That's my normal morning podcast. Do about 30 minutes in the morning. But I'm just sitting here and it was nice and quiet. And I thought, why not just share this tea with everybody on the internet? Very tasty. Do you have a favorite tea that you like, Christopher? I mean, this mango citron is not your normal Earl Grey or anything like that, but it is very flavorful. And Rachel we have a multitude of teas to choose from, and this is by far my favorite. I don't think it has any caffeine. Nope, no caffeine. So I'll be able to sleep well tonight. Seeing that I drink multiple cups of coffee throughout the day. So yeah. Bag in sugar, hot water, topped with milk. I've never had... Well, I can't say that I haven't had milk in my tea. I've had chai, and that comes with milk and spices, right? But typically I'm just... I put a little honey in with it. Or PG tips. I've never heard of that. But I'll trust your judgment on that, sir. But anywho, I mean, we talked about drones again this morning, all the news in New Jersey about that, and acts of kindness, doing nice things for people. That's kind of what we talked about this morning. I have a topic for tomorrow. I don't want to spoil it tonight. But there's some cool little news I think is fun. I'll share with you guys tomorrow morning if you decide to join me. And then we'll discuss that as well. But no, I was playing some video games and kind of got bored with that. Like I said, it's real quiet. I don't really watch a lot of TV, so I don't have any movies or anything. Good Earth is like natural grocers, but way better. Hmm. But the tea has to be strong if you're going to have honey in it. I like it. I mean, I like all kinds of teas. This is kind of fruity. So it has a little, it's got the mango in there. So it is kind of fruity. But I really like the flavor of it. And like I said, we got 20 different teas to choose from in the pantry. So I don't know. I just went with this one. But anywho, yeah. 12 times 12. Are we doing a math class today? Somebody's in third grade, needs to learn their multiplication tables. There's a Khan Academy for that. You can log on to the Khan Academy on the internet and figure out your 12 times 12. So you got a Good Earth in Indiana. I'm down here in the Atlanta, Georgia area. I don't have a Good Earth. If that's a store. Is that a store? I'm showing my ignorance here. I can look it up real quick, though. Or you can tell me. You can tell me in the chat. If you guys have any questions, bring something up. We can, whatever topic you want to talk about, throw it in the chat. It's called Builder's Tea for chai. Interesting. That's a fun fact I did not know. Builder's Tea. Yeah, we watched some videos on how to make chai. There's a lot of steps into it, and making all the different spices and stuff you can put in there, and the milk and everything. Rachel likes to do that. We sometimes cheat and get the pre-mix stuff, but anywho, it's still pretty good. It's still real good. But I haven't been to a what's it called? Good Earth. I don't think I've been to a Good Earth store. There's like a bunch of organic type stuff in there, like a Trader Joe's or something like that. No. Fruit peels for a honey fruit peel tea. It's very interesting. I've never done that before. Wow. Save all your fruit peels. How long do the fruit peels last? You put them in the fridge like a Ziploc bag or something like that? Or a glass container and save them for when you want to have tea? I can't imagine you're eating so much fruit every single day that you can make a cup of tea from it. But if you are, more power to you. I was in Iraq, but I was not in Baghdad. Well, I could take that back. I went through Baghdad a couple of times, but I wasn't stationed in Baghdad. So, yeah, there's one in a Good Earth Environmental in Augusta, Georgia. Produce and garden stuff. Yeah. Banana peels? For real? In your tea? I've never heard of that. Would you use something like apple peels and orange peels and grapefruit, bananas? Is there something else that I'm missing? I'm not sure. I think you're awesome too, Martin. Thanks for stopping in. I get some regulars. I've got a lot of followers from India because when I broadcast in the morning at 7:15 Eastern Standard Time, it's evening time in India, and then I get a lot of people from there following me and chatting with me on the internet, which is pretty cool. And I get a lot of people from Europe and Africa as well. Every once in a while, I get somebody from Australia if they're staying up late. I'm not sure the time difference. It's not 12 hours. It's like 16 hours difference or something like that. I don't know. That's what we got the internet for, right? I don't have to think of those type of things. All I gotta do is just look it up, right? Banana is the tea, not banana. Wine over Christmas, cinnamon, it's nice. I have a pen here somewhere. I could take notes, and maybe I can look something of that stuff up. One grapefruit peel can make up to 3 cups and 2 orange peels can make 2 cups. It's the honey that brings the flavor out. Huh. That's interesting. I've never thought about just using fruit peels to make tea. And imagine all the different stuff I throw away like that all the time. I don't know. It just seems... It seems so obvious now that you mention it, and I never thought of it before. You know, you're drinking coffee? No, I've got tea right here. There it is, mango citron. And here's the here are the tea leaves in my little steeping cup. I'm trying not to drip it on the desk. It's genuinely a cup of tea. Hey, Janet. But I'll have to try that. I'm gonna take your word on that, Christopher. I'll look up and see if there's a recipe or a certain way to do it. Do you have to have the water really hot? Because I know there's different temperatures of your water for different teas that you're brewing. Some you want to have really hot and some not so hot. So I don't want to mess that up. We'll make sure it's right. If I'm going to make a experiment with some fruit peels and honey. If I can talk straight. But anywho, yeah. That's interesting. I don't, like I said, I drink coffee all the time. Hey, Morgan. What's the channel about? It's just casual conversation, man. There's no really, no real agenda per se. I may start off with a certain little topic and we just kind of go from there and see where it leads us. I betrayed the coffee community. Well, I mean, it's cool outside. Have a nice warm beverage. It's getting late. It's 8 o'clock. It's getting later in the evening. So why not, you know? Mango peel, 1 lime peel, and lemongrass. Ran, you're going to have to, Ranner, I should say, you're going to have to send me an email with this stuff. And I'm going to put it in the chat. I've got an email just for these live streams. Here's the cat. Want to see the kitty cat? Oh, say hi to the camera. Nope. He's like, I'm not going to be on live camera. At gmail.com. So there's my email address if you wish to send me something. Feel free to send me messages, suggestions, tea recipes. I'd be happy to look at them. Nettle tea? Nettle tea. Yeah, please send me an email, you guys. You can put together some cat. He's normally right in my face, and the tail's like right here where I can't see. And for whatever reason, he knew I was on camera, and he was not going to have it. Totally took off. I don't even know where he went. Oh, he's over there scratching on a piece of cardboard. Cardboard scratcher on the ground. Oh, BLT or BLM. Bacon, lettuce, mayonnaise. You can have bacon BLT with mayo. That's pretty good. See, I think Morgan's having some issues. You know, let's let Morgan take a deep breath, and he can come back in a little bit and join the conversation again, right? Little terabyte. His name's Gidget, and he literally is in my face most of the time. There's a couple other ones running around the house, but they're not. They won't jump on the desk and get in my face like he will. So, I mean, he was literally right here 15, 20 minutes ago when I was just playing a game. He was just all in my face. That's one of the reasons I had to stop playing. I kept having a tail in front of me, and I was getting beat on the game, so. Let's see. Do you like my drawing? That's my artistic ability. It's limited to just a black marker and some circles. I'm not that great at drawing. Dirty Dan. What's going on, Dirty Dan? I hadn't seen you in a while. I know I'm normally on in the mornings, so this is kind of different. You know, changing things up a little bit. It's kind of a surprise live stream. I won't be on here very long. We'll probably do 30, 45 minutes, and then I'll get off of here. I don't really stay on that long. Yeah, I worked really hard on that. A couple of dry erase markers. I got some green waves floating in there. Decorate the cup. It doesn't really stand out on the whiteboard that well. I need red or something like that. If you start boiling honey and sugars, you'll end up with alcohol. I guess you have to boil them for a while. Does it involve some yeast or something like that as well to make alcohol work? I don't know. Eric's on here. Stardashians. He's a fellow YouTuber down in Florida. Jeffrey Dahmer had the same personality, but he didn't have the beard. So, you know, that's the difference. The history that I know is pretty worthless. I don't know if I'd be a good history teacher or not. You know, with the date and you know, all the kids got tablets and smartphones. They wouldn't even be paying attention to me. Can recite stuff, but I'm not a historian by any means. I'm fascinated by history. I like learning about it, but I couldn't imagine myself being a history teacher. That would be very odd. I don't know. It is a Georgia Tea Party, Eric. It's not tea sometimes. It's tea all the time. It's tea time all the time, and for the British people. Is there a special holiday tea that you drink just like during the holidays that you wouldn't normally drink throughout the rest of the year in the UK? Yeah, I like sports. I like to watch them. I don't really root for a particular team. I think hanging around with a bunch of friends, watching the game is what makes it fun. I don't watch it by myself, but yeah. And but yeah, football's fun to watch. Baseball's fun to watch. I never did like basketball. Wasn't a fan of that. But and then hockey, I just didn't take the time to understand. When they got the circles and the different lines and they're going back and forth so fast, and never really had anybody explain it to me. I watched it a few times and it was like, soccer's kind of fun, but they only scored like 2 points the whole game, and that's both teams combined. So it's like 90 minutes of running like hell, and then finally somebody makes 1 point. So it's kind of anticlimactic game, but they fight over it. It's like the world's best favorite sport, and they causes stampedes and riots for that 1 point. Dirty Dan's giving us a history lesson about the Viking women, but I imagine they were kind of hairy at the time too. So you know, is it legal to fight somebody in hockey? They do the fights in hockey. I think they get taken out or they get a penalty or something like that. Get in a penalty box. I'm not sure how that works. For a few minutes or maybe longer. I have the same president hairstyle. This is just the hair I've had. This is, you know, it's kind of messy right now, but yeah, my hair's always been like this since I was a teenager. It wants to go that way, and I just gave up, and I just kept it this way the whole time. Liverpool is the best football team in the world currently. That's awesome. Hey Morgan, you're back. Did we calm down a little bit? I don't mind you speaking your mind, but we don't have to get mean or mad at each other. I think we should get a new start, Morgan. So where are you from, Morgan? Are you in the United States, or are you in Europe, or Canada, or anywhere else? Get Morgan to tell us a little bit about himself. Get to know him. Maybe he's got something he wants to interject in the conversation. But I give everybody the same opportunity. I don't really like to put people on timeout or block them unless they're just like going crazy. I give him a few chances. But you know, you're in Egypt? Oh, wow. Never been to Egypt. Like I said, I've been to Iraq and Kuwait when I got deployed. But yeah, that's the only. I've never been to Africa, in any country in Africa at all. I think it'd be cool to go visit. Yeah. You like me? You love me as an American citizen? Thanks. You're not allowed at the stadium anymore? That's not good. Mohamed Salah is an Egyptian good football player. Huh. See, I'm learning something. I know that when I go on Google Trends and try to find out what's popular on Google each day or each week or month, it's always soccer. It's always football. And especially if you go around the world and look at all the different countries, what's been trending each year, it's always like one soccer team or one soccer player in the top trends, except for the United States, and then it's always like politics or religion. But everywhere else, it's just soccer. It's like we're so bent out of shape about politics and religion. But yeah, if you ever look at Google Trends, and you can see the trending things for each day and stuff, and yeah, it's kind of wild. It's always football, soccer, whatever you want to call it. Oh no, I lost a sub. I might need injections. Oh yeah, when I got deployed, the Army filled me up with all kinds of injections. I'm not a stranger to that. I did a WTF news. I do some little short skits called WTF News. They're on my channel as well. Little spoof type things about news stories, and I made one about mosquitoes and why they're. And the question was, why is there no pill to block mosquitoes for humans, but you can get them for cats and dogs? So that was, big pharma conspiracy type news story. Why can't there be a pill or drug developed and that would save people from around the world, especially in Africa with malaria and those other types of diseases and stuff that spread with mosquitoes. That'd be a huge hit, But even if it, like I joked in the thing, even if it took a couple years off your life, I would definitely take something that blocked mosquitoes. That'd be awesome. So I wouldn't have to spray all these chemicals on me every day in the summer. Al, you're not supposed to tell anybody that. It's the first law in your law, I think, that you hate American politics was the freedom of speech. The First Amendment. It's always the First and Second Amendment. Those are the ones that everybody freaks out about the most. Be able to say crap and shoot crap. They can't charge third world countries the same amount of money. You're probably right. They can't make enough money on it, so why bother? I mean, it could very well be. There could be some kind of medicine or something sitting on the shelf in some pharmaceutical lab for the past 20 years on ice, just in case they decide to break it out and sell it. That'd be weird. Those are the conspiracy theories that people get down a rabbit hole following. Do we have this technology to do these type of things, or different companies, the 1% buy these other technologies so it doesn't interfere with their profits? You don't really have freedom of speech in Europe at all? Well, that's kind of sucks. You get in trouble for speaking your mind, huh? Oh, I gained a sub back. There it is. I can't point correctly. This camera's backwards. They went down one and they went back up one. It always fluctuates. I never understand why. That would be odd if you couldn't just go down the street and speak your mind, or get on the internet and speak your mind. I mean, you can't threaten people with you can't go around saying I'm going to kill this person, or I'm going to go mutilate this, burn somebody's house down. You can't say those type of things, but you can say pretty much anything else you want. Marshmallow and CBD keep some mosquitoes away. CBD and marshmallows, huh? Is that the recipe? Do you put that over hot water as well? I wouldn't be surprised if it is sitting on a shelf somewhere. Like those theories about big oil. There'll be some new engine prototype that uses almost hardly any fuel, and then big oil companies will buy those technologies, those patents, and then stash them away so they can keep selling oil and gasoline. Wow, 2,500 people went to jail for things they said online. Damn. Now I don't know how true this is because it's Twitter, X. Some guy was ranting about immigrants in the UK, and they stormed his house and arrested him or something like that. I don't know. That just blows my mind. I couldn't even imagine. He wasn't threatening him. He was just like, they need to go back home or something like that. Get out of my country. Yeah, that would be bad. I'm afraid to speak my mind, and I got freedom of speech. My head's in the way. It's T Tim. It's T Tim, not tea time. Boop. And we'll go like that. Tea time. It's T Tim. Who's Tim? I don't know. That was really good. I just need a bigger cup to hold more tea, or a little warmer or something I can put it on, keep it nice and hot. I bought one of those. We were at the store over the weekend. I found this little miniature hot plate for your coffee mug. You can plug it in USB and keep your mug warm. It works okay. It's kind of crappy, but the idea was nice. You know, be able to sit my mug there and not have to use a thermal mug or chug it down before it gets cold. So yeah, I've been to Romania. They're getting arrested for voting a particular president, but you're Irish originally. I went to Romania for a joint training mission with the army. I was there for like 2 weeks, but we had a good time. I mean, we were joint training with the Romanian troops. Really great people, and learned some stuff. They learned some stuff. We learned some stuff, and yeah, it was a neat trip. Hung out with some guys. We had some free time. Found this little local dive, if you will. And some guys. We sat on the front porch with these guys drinking beer, and there was a couple people that spoke pretty good English, so we had a good time. You have to say it's the same there. John and Morgan are hitting it off about the freedom of speech things. Yeah, there's a lot of things we take for granted here in the States, I'm sure. So I'm guilty of that as well. First world problems, right? Anywho, what was some other things? You guys ever mess with this app called Gemini on your Android phone? It's kind of like Siri, but on steroids. It involved a lot of rolling with joint training. Yeah. Not as a citizen. But, I mean, when I was in Romania, I met up with... We just went walking. We had the day. We could kind of hang out. We had one of the Romanian troops with us. One of the guys with us. He was kind of our translator. And he was showing some stuff around the little town that was next to the base. And we just kept wandering. Found this little bar with some locals in there. And ended up just having beers with them and telling stories. And sat there for hours with these guys. Had a really great time. It was nice. Almost everyone speaks English. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you about that, John. I don't know, man. Stand your ground. Fight the power. Just don't get arrested. He'd be like, some guy named Malcolm on the internet told me to stand my ground. No, I don't really miss being in the military. I did my time and got out, you know. It changed a lot over the years. I joined in '94, And I got out in 2017, it changed so much, it just wasn't the same, and I was burned out. I had enough, so I got out. Yeah, come on down, John. All kinds of people are coming over here to America. You'll go to jail as a citizen, but in the military you can go to the bar. Well, there were civilians there with us, and they were having beers with us. It was kind of cool. We had the one Romanian soldier. He spoke really good English, and then one of the civilian guys at that bar, he spoke really good English as well. So he was translating, and some of them spoke some broken English. But we still had fun hanging out, things like that. It's worse than us there now. Don't go to America. What bad stories have you heard about America that you don't want to come over to the States? Is it because of the election or something like that? I don't know. I mean, I've lived here in the States my whole life, so other than the few trips I got to have around the world with the Army, I can't really compare it to much else. But I am glad to be here. I can compare it to other things, and I do know how fortunate I am to be where I am. So yeah. Big trees in Hawaii or Utah? I think it's going to be Hawaii, buddy. They got trees in Utah as well, but you're probably thinking about the palm trees and stuff in Hawaii. Oh, that's the Achilles heel for you, Morgan. Yeah, it can be a little overwhelming. Um, I'm not against it. I'm just, I think it's forced down too much. It's like it has to be the topic of the subject all the time. And I think there's a lot more things we could be talking about than what you do behind closed doors. You know? I don't know. If all you got to talk about is what you do behind closed doors, then you need to broaden your horizon. I don't try to judge people what they do in their lives. As long as I'm not hurting anybody else or, anything like that, then do whatever you want to do. I don't care. You know? Drugs are more dangerous too, fentanyl. Yeah, there is a problem with a lot of drug abuse. You're right about that. And they can get help if they want it, you know. There's some people that just don't want help, or they try to get help and it doesn't work, you know. You're free indoors like here too. So as long as you're in your own house, you can say you can do whatever you want, right? No. I don't know. The time I was in Romania was pretty cool. I got to go to South Korea. That was a really cool trip too. I think South Korea is the most fun trip that I had. If I had to compare it to all the rest of them and had to do it again, I'd go to South Korea again. That was really, the food was really good. The people were really nice. Everywhere you turned, it was just a really fun trip. And I was only there for a couple weeks too, but it was still very memorable. You know, something I won't forget. But not traveling anywhere anytime soon. I don't even have a passport, so I couldn't travel if I wanted to. There's a lot of things here in the States I could go visit. I wouldn't have to go to other countries necessarily. Go to North Korea next time. You'll never see me again. They would interrogate me like I know something. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't have any military secrets. We can't even figure out the drones in New Jersey. That's all I know. They'd get bored with me and push me in a corner somewhere or put me to work. This guy doesn't know anything. Or execute me. I don't know what they would do in North Korea to somebody like me. Use me as a bargaining chip? I don't know. It would suck. Either way, I wouldn't want to go to North Korea. Or they'd train me to be in their military and have me help the Russians out. Oh, man. Thanks, Morgan. I knew we could work things out. We get along just fine. Oh, man. My tea is almost gone. So, I've been on here for 35 minutes, which is about average for me on my little live streams. Maybe about 35 minutes, maybe an hour. So, yeah. And then we'll get off here in a minute. Just wanted to chat. See what's going on out there in the internet world. But if you want to hang out, I got a couple of topics lined up for tomorrow morning on my regular live stream that I do Monday through Friday called Coffee with Malcolm. So yeah, if you want to join me or watch it later, you're more than welcome to do so. I'd love to have you on there. You like Americans as citizens, not as an army? I can appreciate that. I get it. Have you ever been to the United States, Morgan? Or have you only been in Egypt? I'm sure you've visited neighboring countries to Egypt. But I don't know if you've been somewhere else around the world. I'd like to visit the UK, but in the summertime. I wouldn't want to go in there in the winter. I think it's my idea of the UK is being too dreary and wet. I wouldn't want to experience it that way. Well, Morgan, you're pretty cool too, dude. I'm glad we worked things out. You stayed on. I hope you liked and subbed. My tea is almost gone, like I said. I'm going to get off here in a second. Just a quick stop and saying hello. Good stuff. I'm glad I did this. This was nice. I gotta go make sure all the cats are fed and do a few other little things and settle in for the night. Start my whole thing all over again tomorrow. All gone. That worked out pretty good. 37-minute stream. Had my glass of tea. Got the little lid. This is the little saucer you put the strainer on top of so it doesn't make a mess on your table or desk. Yep, Rachel found these online. Really nice. Got the little deer on there and the moon. A little wooden handle. Can't put it in the dishwasher though. Wouldn't want to. Just kind of hand wash it. But it's really nice teacup, if you will. And if you're in the States and you want to order this tea, it's by Tea Forte. It's called Mango Citron. They have a lot of teas, and they have like holiday teas and things like that. Mars. He's a poet, didn't know it. But that being said, I hope you guys have a great night. Thanks for hanging out with me for just a few minutes and having a little bit of conversation. Like I said, if you want to see me tomorrow morning, look forward to having you on the chat. But until then, have a great evening, morning, or wherever you are, or whatever time it is. Thanks for watching and hanging out. I'll see you guys next time.